All right, greetings. This is the president and CEO of the Global African Business Association live on television, on GABA television. This is an exclusive report that I will be giving. I found out late that Joe Biden has crossed the finish line in the state of Pennsylvania, and we like to sit and congratulate the Biden Harris ticket for crossing the finish line and getting rid of that scumbag called Donald Trump, who was a fucking scoundrel for the last 4 years. I mean, how come? I mean, you have people dancing in the damn streets in America because they don't like how this president has handled business. And the audacity of this president and his followers talking about voter fraud. Now, to my memory, when Hillary Clinton, who was a person I didn't even like, but whatever, lost to Donald Trump, she congratulated him. There was no voter fraud. People just didn't show up at the fucking polls. That's really it. And now you have Joe Biden, Genesis 1:1, who watched God create the earth and the heavens, crossed the finish line in his home state of Pennsylvania. And now everybody's up in arms talking about voter fraud, and they down in Detroit marching. You got this guy, John James, talking about voter fraud and irregularities and cheating and all kind of crazy shit. And my thing to John James is, dude, you lost by 84,000 votes. Go fuck off. You just lost. Wasn't no cheating. There was no voter irregularities. There was no nothing. You just fucking lost. Detroit didn't vote for your ass. That's pretty much the fuck it. All that Linwood, I mean, he's a good guy. Don't get it twisted. But, bro, you can't just come at the last minute telling us, talking about, I'm from Linwood and 6 Mile. That's some bullshit. If you're serious about making some inroads in the city of Detroit, you got to be in the grind. People got to be able to trust you. You understand? You got to do more than Fox News. You got to do more than show up in every Senate election. You got to be seen. Once you're seen, maybe, just maybe, motherfuckers will respect you. But it is what it is. Gary Peters won. Move the fuck on. Donald Trump, you lost. Quit whining like a bitch. For real. Crying, talking about he gonna take it to the courts. This dude does not have a legal stance in court. Ain't nobody fucking with you. You're gonna leave the White House on January the 20th or the 19th. Joe Biden and Jill Biden gonna be in there on the 20th, and we're gonna be doing the damn thing. Now, with that said, everybody, that doesn't mean that we sitting here celebrating and going to the inaugural ball, and you got black women wearing white dresses and shit, and everybody doing their thing. We got to start preparing for the next 24 months today. That means number one, what do our schools look like in the next 24 months? We know that COVID-19 may be a vaccine, but now COVID-19 has ushered us into the fourth industrial revolution. That means we need to be focusing on cyber education even more. And we need to have our school districts create more of a hybrid model of education. That means kids are doing some on cyber, some in person. Maybe the labs in person. Some labs you can do online. But we need to start redefining what our educational system looks like. We can't do no traditional shit, y'all. We got to have cyber education. We have to start creating a career technical education school districts where we are training young people, right? Training our young adults. See, we got to stop having our young adults go through high school memorizing bullshit. And they got to start preparing for the 21st century now. We need to be teaching our children about not just financial literacy, but also stocks, credit, okay? The importance of good credit. We need to start talking about how they can design their own credit system. God bless. I must have y'all start passing the damn plate up in here. We have to start looking at things like that. We have to start looking at, we also have to start paying attention to teaching our children when they graduate. Part of their graduation requirements is creating a business plan, okay? And the reason why they want to create a business plan is so that they don't have to go work for someone per se. They be able to walk into a facility or institution where they can receive their own funds and start their own business at 18, 19 years old, some younger, depending on where their levels are at. But we need to start looking at a career technical education school district, and we need to start engaging our libraries in that process. We need to start looking at the ways we evaluate property taxes and property assessments in local black communities. We need to start talking about a density property tax. See, I'm talking about shit that no one is talking about. Density property taxes, where there's a certain, where we pack a certain population in a specific area in a local depressed community and raise the property taxes and things like that. We need to create that model. We need to start paying attention to how we assess the role of the community college, how the community college play a bigger role in revitalizing communities like Inkster, Michigan, and revitalizing communities like Highland Park. And I'm not talking about just having a campus or workforce development, but I'm talking about developing a 21st century international housing development right there in that city, where EB5 investors from the continent of Africa is putting their money in, and as they're getting their green card, right, also they'll be building turnkey projects to bring to international students as a partnership to that community college. That's how we start revitalizing the community. That's how we start revitalizing black communities. That's how we start moving the needle forward. And so we have to start having conversations about police reform, about smart cities, creating a cybersecurity industry in a black community to raise the property taxes so that it can be captured in the form of tax increment financing with your downtown development authority or your tax increment finance authority to create new programs within the community in which it's serviced. We have to start talking about how artificial intelligence is going to play a big role in city government, how machine learning plays a big role in education, how we're going to create an autonomous vehicle research and development in a community where we are connecting the dots, not just here in the U.S., but also understanding the importance of the continent of Africa and linking that money and linking that wealth so that we can move the process forward. We have to start electing 21st century leaders. I'm not talking about people who is in the community pushing a fucking broom or picking up your fucking trash or getting the cat out the tree. I'm talking about real fucking leaders that can help move the city forward, move your community and your city forward, and creating and being elected on the city council and being elected as mayor and creating a municipal incubator where we are attracting international talent from Africa, from South America, from Central America, from the Caribbean, all the parts of the African diaspora who's going to come here and invest in housing stock, schools, hotels, and most importantly, technology. We have to start having those kind of conversations and preparing and moving that needle in the 21st century. We got to start buying up the block. We have to start buying up lots in communities that are depressed, buying up the lots, holding on to the lots, and developing 3D printing houses on those blocks. Can I get a amen? I wish I had a church up in here. 3D printing houses. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about buying 10 lots and then go get a Vulcan 2 machine that does 3D printing for homes. Y'all can look this shit up. I ain't making none of this shit up. And start creating 3D printing homes for single families. I've revitalized the community. And those houses are nothing but $10,000 or less. We can be able to stop homelessness with 3D housing, 3D printing housing. Y'all not listening to me. We're talking about sitting down with faith-based communities and setting up a 21st century medical system, which is telemedicine. See where I'm going with this shit? We got to prepare for the next 24 months. See, y'all in the streets talking about, thank you, Biden, thank you, crying on Jesus and whoever, about Biden being elected as the next president. And yes, I told you before, the ideal is to get rid of Trump. First, we need Biden to rescind all those stupid-ass executive orders on immigration, including Nigeria. And then we need to prepare for 24 months. 24 months is what we need to focus on our communities. Within that municipal incubator, we need to have a strong voting bloc. So whoever is running in the midterms for Congress, for U.S. Senate, or for governor, state rep, state senate, they can't ignore our community. See where I'm going with this shit? So you got to keep your eyes on the prize. So you got your eyes on bullshit. And you're not thinking about the future. How are we setting up a city like Ecorse for 2030? How are we setting up a city like Inkster for 2030? How are we setting up a city like Highland Park for 2030? How are we setting up certain parts of Detroit for 2030? How are we setting up Benton Harbor for 2030? How do we leverage Lake Michigan in Benton Harbor, Michigan as an import-export system between West Africa and Western Michigan? We ain't having those damn conversations. And why not? Because we're not thinking far ahead. We're still thinking about shit that's local and right now. I don't think about right now. I think about down the road. See, the point is, your job is to create wealth to build an inheritance for your future. Y'all too focused on making money right now. You need to be making wealth with your vision to impact lives tomorrow. See, that's the problem. You sitting around here looking at a city like Inkster or a city like River Rouge or a city like Benton Harbor and saying, oh, them motherfuckers are broke. But that Arab, that Middle Eastern person is already buying up properties where you're not looking and selling houses for $450,000 in the fucking hood of a median income of $26,000. Y'all not paying the fuck attention to this shit. You're not paying attention to the wealth. See, wealth will set your ass free, but wealth is also part of the inheritance process. It's part of the vision process. It's part of the future process. Too many of us are thinking about what we can do right now. You can't do shit right now. But what you can do down the road is set the tone for... Here's an example. Look in your city charter. See if you could set up a city utility. I want you to pay attention to this. Set up a city utility, right? And create a renewable energy utility for residents in your community. That's money being generated. Guess what? That's cash being generated back to your general fund. That's money for police, fire, EMS, and other city services based on the utility. How about setting up a broadband utility where people in your community is paying into your broadband system, since everything's talking about cyber education and other types of e-commerce business, which is red hot. E-commerce, drop shipping, all this shit is red hot, and we should be taking advantage of it as black folks. E-commerce is red hot. We could connect to Africa by way of a click of a button, but guess what? A lot of us can't do that because the broadband in our community is whack. We pay into a broadband utility, goes back to the general fund. We're receiving resources and setting ourselves up, not just for a smart city, but to build wealth. That's the kind of conversations we need to have. That's the kind of things. We go to church every Sunday. Everybody want to take my ass to go see Jesus. Okay, you know what? While I'm on my way going to see Jesus, let's open up a medical center, a telemedicine center. Let's open up a school. Let's open up a bank or a credit union or some type of fintech system. Let's open up. Let's launch a grocery store. And I'm talking about a grocery store. I'm not talking about a traditional grocery store. I'm talking about you walking in a grocery store where you have an app in your phone. You walk right in. You're taking the groceries off the basket. Off the shelves. Put it in the basket, and you walk right out. Now you know who's doing that? Amazon. Look it up. I'm talking about black-owned grocery stores that have blockchain technology. That's the shit we need to be, that's the kind of framework we need to be paying attention to. We are not thinking, and we're so happy Biden is only there for one term, everybody. Biden is there for 4 years, that's it. And out of those 4, you better hope he's healthy for 4 years. Black folks like us got 24 months. We got 22 months preparation, 2 months of execution. That's all we get. So I'm going to keep talking about this stuff until you guys get it. You guys, some of you don't have enough damn vision and don't have trust the process enough within your own stuff because you're so busy trying to make quick money as opposed to creating long money that's going to put you into retirement early because everybody trying to make quick fucking money and not understanding the fucking rules of the road as it pertains to true wealth by not just linking the wealth back to Africa and to the U.S., but also understanding that the process is just that. The process is not financial. The process is spiritual that matriculates into the mental and into the financial. That's what folks need to understand. And that's real talk. So yeah, I'm glad Biden won. Cool beans. Let's get rid of Donald fucking Trump. He's an asshole. And let's just move this process.